episode of Off the Record Podcast. I'm Nathan Beagle.
Kobe Robinson.
Myron Amy, also known as MJ.
Demarquise Brewster.
Boys, it's Monday. We made it through another Monday. How you guys feeling on this kind of gloomy day? Kind of cold?
It's getting cold every week.
Yeah, I'm not used to this. I can't do this cold stuff. I love my bubble coat in here too, bro. It was not sweet.
I like how everybody can't do it. You know, none of us, other than you, Beagle or Southern. I mean,
yeah, I can't do this.
We can't do this.
I'm adding layers every week.
I'm not joking when I say I'm that guy that wears shorts when it snows. Like when it snows, you'll see. I got shorts on. That's all I got in my wardrobe. But with it being Monday, we got Monday Night Football, baby. So we got two games tonight because we're fortunate enough to have two games tonight. We got the Chiefs and Patriots, and who's the other game?
It's the Falcons and Green Bay.
Falcons and Green Bay.
Disrespectful for a team like that.
He said Falcons. He ain't say Green Bay.
Yeah, there's a reason. There's a reason. So, let's give our picks tonight. We'll start with the Patriots and Chiefs. We'll start down there with DeMarcus. Who you got?
The Patriots and Chiefs. Well, I'm gonna definitely have to go with my boy Patty Holmes and none. So the Chiefs gonna steal it.
Quick note: Cam Newton is out due to COVID.
If Cam,
if he was playing, it'd be a little different, but
yeah,
I'm gonna still go with the Chiefs.
Definitely the Chiefs. It's a no-brainer. Cam not in, then no, Chiefs all the way.
Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback.
It's just nobody competing with the Chiefs.
Facts.
Nobody competing with them. They playing their own type of game.
I'm gonna repeat what I said. Patrick Mahomes is the best quarterback in the NFL.
Russell Wilson has entered the chat.
Russell Wilson is in the race for MVP though. Just because Pat Mahomes got it last year.
He's tough.
He's tough.
But
look what they doing too.
Pat is a bad man. That's a bad man right there.
Nah, yeah, he's a. You can't compare him. You can't. They ain't gonna give it to him though. Just like how LeBron, they ain't gonna give it to him.
It's just every year.
Yeah, you can't.
All right, then we'll move to the next game. Packers and Falcons. MJ, we'll start with you.
I'm a Falcons fan, so I'm of course go with my team. But it's tough though. The way the Packers been playing, and it's in Lambeau, so and we just can't figure it out. So
sorry for you, man. That's tough.
I'm a fan. I'm always gonna be a fan of the Falcons, but God, I'm gonna be realistic.
Is what's his name playing? Devontae Adams?
No,
he
Devontae
is
Adams.
out.
And Alan Lazard, he out too.
And Lazard?
Yeah.
Okay, well I was going for Green Bay because I have Devontae on my.
You need to go take him out
with the Falcons.
I guess I'm going with the Falcons.
Okay. Yeah, and Julio and Calvin really back tonight, but still, like I said, we always find a way to lose it.
So as we all know, I'm a Saints fan. So even though Green Bay just beat us last week, nothing is worse than the Falcons, and we hate them. So I'm gonna go with the Packers tonight. Plus with the Falcons, they've been losing in very unfortunate ways.
Facts.
Maybe this will be the week they put together.
We easily had 2 wins, like against the Cowboys and last week.
Until my boy Nick Foles came. Now, with us losing yesterday, big sad. We need the Green Bay to lose to help stay in first place. So go Falcons!
Appreciate that. We need all the support we need.
Always. So, we're here in Scotland, and I just want to hear a little about your guys' backstory, a little bit how you guys got here. Just give me the rundown.
Let's start with DeMarcus.
Oh my gosh! So to be honest, I applied for here. I guess it was probably within the first semester of my senior year of college, but I forgot. And so literally, I graduated college. I moved back in with my mom and everything. I was just chilling, and I knew where Sully called me, and then he was just telling me about Scotland, and I was like, I didn't know what the hell Scotland was, but I just was listening to him. He was telling me more about Cheney and everything Cheney's done, and then he was just like, if you like it, give it a few days, and pretty much got the job. And I was like, okay. So I thought about it for 2 days. Me and my homeboy started talking about it, and he actually looked up the website, and he was like, bro, Cheney's really tough. This man didn't tell you everything about him. So I'm like, okay. So I'm looking into it. Then I found out all about GDCS, and I was like, you know what? Let me test it out. Let me see what it is. It won't hurt me, And ever since I got here, I loved it, man.
Yeah.
Come to me. So my trainer, his name is Mark. He knows Sully from back in college. So it was thrown out there like that this would be an option. Like my junior year, going to my senior year, that summer, he was like, we were just talking. He was like, yeah, if no offers come, you know, this and that, and then you know we can always rely on this. And he was like, yeah, I got connections with him. We'll be good. I was like, all right. So we go through the senior season. I had a breakout senior season, but with me being so late, like a late bloomer, schools already like kind of gave out their offers. Like they had one left, but they was already had a kid in mind. So they was like they were gonna send me to like a JUCO close first to do that, and then they were gonna put me in. But then I told them about the prep year, like the post grad year, and they were like so supportive of it. They were like, oh no, they're like, yeah, go do that, and we'll still keep in touch. So that kind of like helped with the situation, and then just kept contact with Sully, and then he just got me on board here.
You played football too, right?
Yeah, I played football.
Did football affect your recruitment any?
Nah, I mean, if anything, it kind of helped more because I get like, you know, there are coaches out there who just like multi-sport athletes because they like how active they are, and then you know just you know, because of course football, you know, they love the toughness, like where you come from. So, and yeah, there was actually one coach that wanted me to send him like some highlights just to see how I did in football, man. Yeah, he was just all like interested in it. So I was like, yeah, but yeah, it just actually helped more than anything. So,
what position did you play?
I was all over, but my senior year I was running back, slot receiver, kick returner, punt returner. Yeah, they put me everywhere. Yeah, just wherever because I'm the type like wherever you need me to play, I'll play. So like there was one year, like my sophomore year, I had to play quarterback just to step up and be that person. So
were y'all a good team?
Yeah, that's where I'm from. Where my school is, we're a football it was football heavy school. So and then basketball didn't start getting up until I start. You know.
Dude, I remember. So like this past December. No, wasn't that on the line? It was this past May, I believe, when we went up to Cali to go. We were supposed to go see.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Margaret, and we ended up seeing him instead. Literally, he could not stop talking about you, bro. He was hyping you up so much. I was ready to see you. I'm like, bro, we gotta get this guy to Scotland now, bro. It was crazy. Like, so that's when you first got here, bro. I was already hyped to see you. This is my guy. This dude.
Yeah, I remember because he told me he was like, yeah, Sully and a couple of the other coaches supposed to come up and see, and you know, and I was like, oh yeah. Then I forgot what happened of why I couldn't come, or like, yeah, I just forgot. And then he was just like, he told me the next day though, like he seen you guys talking and stuff like that. But yeah.
Yeah, he hyped you up, bro. I was ready. And I'm glad you did too.
So were you a football player first, or were you a basketball player first?
I was a basketball player first, and I didn't get into football because football wasn't even in the picture until my AAU coach. Because I started young for basketball. I started like five, going on to 6 for AAU. So I was playing with older kids too. So they were all in football. And then my basketball coach was also a football coach, and he was just like, hey, you know, come try football out. And then you know, Papa Warren, I was just like, I was just looking at my dad like, bro, like what do we do? He's just like the type to say, go try it if you like it, keep going if you don't, okay. And I just went out, and then I just liked it and kept playing, and it took me far.
Do you have a favorite football memory? That one that'll stick in your head forever?
One that'll stick in my head forever. Yeah, it'll probably be Pop Warner. We were playing in a playoff game, and we had the ball like the 10-yard line, and I come to get a reverse, get it. Break a tackle and to get in the end zone. I don't know who was in front of me, I forget, but I tried to jump over him, but I jumped so high I had like flip in the air, and then I landed and made it in the end zone. And I remember this one dude, the other team, he was like, how the hell y'all gonna let him flip in the end zone like that? But it was a close game, so I'm like in game mode, like trying not to laugh, but after I looked back, I was like, that was kind of funny.
Now you say you're from the football school, Demarquise. Speaking of football schools, you graduated from Alabama. Just tell me how it was like being in Alabama, man. I'm even with Kobe on that one. Still got
tied. You know. Oh my gosh, that was actually nice, dude. Pretty much, the atmosphere was pretty much great. There's always someone out about doing something fun. I pretty much spent most of my time either at the rec or in my room, pretty much. You know, I met most of my friends at the rec, which so happened to be they either lived in my dorm my freshman year, and then like one of my closest friends who lived 2 rooms down from me ended up being my roommate for all 3 years of the rest of my time there. But like, bro, I don't want to say I partied a lot, but I was at the
You
spots.
lived the college.
I was at the spots. I was there. I wasn't doing anything crazy, but you know, I had to make an appearance. It was pretty fun. I loved it. I kind of wish I could go back and like get involved with the player development side of basketball university there. And if not, I don't know. I kind of just want to get back there though. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I just miss. I'm still in college, so I still got another year. But
I'm still in college.
the other youngin,
Yo, keep forgetting that. Like
I forget half the time.
we can't keep beating. Oh gosh.
I'll be back.
Yeah, you better be back.
You know it.
That's crazy.
Now, keeping it back on basketball, last night the Miami Heat came back and brought the series, made it a series 2-1. Do you think they can tie it up
Yes, sir.
Tuesday, tomorrow?
Hey, I think the way they won last night, and the way they played, they can definitely tie the series up. And even the way, like, some of the games, like I did watch game 1, they're in the game. They just, like, you know, they just gotta hold the Lakers from, you know, from making runs. Like, I mean, they're gonna make runs, but you know, you gotta find a way. But the coach that they got, I just believe that they will.
All I gotta say is Jimmy Buckets is coming for a ship. He got here. I told everybody if he gets here, he's getting one. That's all I'm gonna say.
I'm not gonna say the Heat gonna come back
The
and win
Heat
the series,
winning and
but
say
the Heat do have a legitimate chance. Y'all know, well, y'all don't know, but I rock with Tyler Hero. Like, Tyler Hero. He said Jimmy, I'm saying Tyler Hero.
It's just all those role players. I mean, if they just step up, do the part, they got a chance.
They do have a
You gotta
chance.
stay physical with
Anthony.
the Lakers right now because they don't.
It's just Anthony Davis. If they can find a way to stop Anthony Davis, LeBron gonna be LeBron. It's just Anthony Davis.
You're right.
It's just weird because the person with the most championship experience on that Heat team is Udonis Haslem, who doesn't even see tick. He doesn't see tick.
Hey,
Facts. To be honest, they showed Adonis on the sidelines, bro.
He like to coach himself.
exactly. He about to get a
so.
coach.
I was like, is that Adonis? I thought he was gone.
He's got his cane. He's got his like retirement village all set up. He's ready to go, but he wants one more chip.
Y'all remember what's his name? Also for the Heat.
Mario
He
Chalmers.
played- No. Old head now. He played with Michigan back in.
Juwan Howard.
I feel like the Heat were paying this man just to be on the bench, bro. Like,
Yeah,
they kept him
definitely.
alone. And I
Definitely.
feel like my boy Adonis is about to take that role now.
Yeah, cause you see with Juwan, they was paying him the last few years. He just on the bench just to be there, and then he got straight on their coaching staff,
Exactly.
and then went from there to Michigan. Like,
Okay.
he just
Now
making
it's
money
like
this
you
year.
say.
Man, seeing this makes me sad that D-Wade retired last year.
Yeah,
not this year.
I seen that. Like I
A
seen that on
D-Wade
social
to
media.
LeBron finals? Come on.
Yeah, that's.
He probably second guess.
Man.
But I knew before playoffs started. I said the Heat gonna come out. I've been said they was gonna come out the East, but I don't know about the final and everything. But just looking how they look now, they do have a
Hey, you
chance.
say you don't know, I'm gonna let you know.
Jimmy Buckets is gonna come.
Jimmy Buckets in 7.
In seven.
Y'all heard
7. You
Bold
hear?
take.
I'm with you on that, DeMarquise.
You hear?
Ooh, shoot. All right, so we're gonna do our start one, bench one, and trade one. We're gonna do the 2000s point guard edition.
wait, before you do that, last week when we made the trade, you know, you gotta kind of think about it. So we just gonna cut him this week.
Just
So
cut 'em?
Start one, bench one, cut
The
one.
cut. All right, so this is the 2000s point guard edition from 2000 to 2009-10. So we got Darren Williams, Rajon Rondo, and Gilbert Arenas.
All right, I'll take this one first. So look, Darren Williams was my favorite point guard
Facts.
during that era. Like, I had his shoes.
No guts, no glory.
And he light skinned, got it up to So
I knew he was gonna
Darren
say
Williams
that.
starting for me, right? Then this is Rondo with the Celtics. Like, whew.
This is young,
But I'm gonna take Gilbert Arenas off the bench. Gilbert Arenas was tough. He's called Agent Zero for a reason. He operated like he was an agent, a smooth criminal, all of that. Take it. And he gonna bring a gun in the locker room, so try to mess with him. Rondo, you gotta get cut. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna start Gilbert. He's just tough. He's tough. This next to I'm gonna have to bench. I'm gonna have to bench Rondo. Cause I just feel just Rondo. Just Rondo though. It's just Rondo.
Yo,
it's just
this is Rondo that can't shoot. Remember?
That's why you bench him.
This is triple double Rondo.
That's why you bench him. Put him on the bench. He that's why he becomes just a little role player.
Facilitate.
Yeah. That's why I started Gilbert Arenas though.
Y'all forgetting this is Darren Williams with the Jazz.
I understand you though. You act like
You
this
pull up his
easy.
highlights.
You act like this easy.
You're
I'm
right.
about
To each his
I'm
own.
about to cut Darren Williams.
This was a tough one. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna start with my bench one because it's a biased opinion. But my guy's from Kentucky. He went to Kentucky. I'll say that. So Rondo's gonna be on the bench just because he Kentucky. Starting Gilbert or Darren. I want you, Kobe. I was a huge Darren Williams fan for the longest, bro. And I'm not light skinned, but yeah. Darren got to start, and then I got to cut my boy Gilbert.
I can understand. For you, you can say that Gilbert he has off the court distractions. That's why you gotta cut him.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Man. I'm gonna have to start Gilbert, man. I could let him bring all the blocks to the arena. If he's shooting on and off the court, man.
Let me shoot that thing. All right.
And we bench Rondo just because he's got the ring.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah.
Sorry,
See?
You know what? It's because y'all probably thinking of Darren Williams with the Nets.
No, we're not. We're thinking of that.
Even Darren with the Nets was low key tough at the beginning.
At the beginning.
But
then he
especially when what's his name was with him.
When they had Gerald Wallace.
Oh yeah, Gerald. Harris.
Devin Harris.
Devin Harris.
Ooh, Devin Harris.
That was a good squad right there. I'm not gonna lie.
Darren Williams, I'm going to say this. He was the second best point guard in Jazz history behind John Stockton.
I mean, it's pretty fair.
And I'm putting him over Pistol Pete.
All right.
That's too wild. Plus my boy from the LSU, you already know he got to stay there.
He rolling his grave.
I'm sorry, Pistol Pete. Never do it again.
Gotta take down from back.
Well, boys, anything else you want to talk about on this great Monday?
One more question. I got one more question.
Okay,
Since
so
we got-
let's hear it.
All right, Martin, you're here at Scotland. Did you have any interest before this from any schools? And what schools were they? Kind of stuff like that. Tell us just a little bit about your recruitment.
School. I had quite a few schools. Starting with Sacramento State. It was weird with them because it kind of put a pause on Scotland for like a week or two because they were gonna they called me kind of not last minute, but they called me out of nowhere and was just giving me detail. And then the next day they'll be like, okay, we're thinking more highly about you. And they really broke down my film and stuff like that and things I can get better on. And I believe the thing that stopped them from offering me, because they offered a transfer, was the coach. They wanted they were having winning seasons prior, so he needed one of those winning, he needed that season,
guy.
he had an impact guy. So yeah, I understood that, and that was Sac State. USF was it
South
was
Florida?
University of
San Francisco. Duh.
Yeah. Yeah, they were at me a little bit. They just gave an offer away before they got to me. So, and then the big one that's still I'm in contact with is University of Portland.
I know somebody that go there now.
Yeah, so they contacted me. They knew I was coming here, and they still contacted me, and they were just like, just all hands on deck. They were like, just giving me like, I couldn't go visit, so they like FaceTiming me, giving me tours, just loving everything that I sent them, like film wise, and I mean, I met the requirements for grades and everything. So yeah, they were just all hands on deck, and we still keeping in contact now. So hopefully, everything works out within these few months.
Good. Now, if you could go anywhere, regardless of situation, money, grades, anywhere in the USA, where would you go?
Like for college?
Yeah, college. Yeah.
I'll go to Georgetown.
Georgetown?
Hey, Georgetown comes up here a lot.
Allen Iverson's one of my favorite players. So
Pat, you still coaching?
Yeah, he's still coaching there. So
I ain't gonna lie, Pat on something nice, low key.
So yeah, that's one of my schools. That's my dream.
Backland Club? Yeah, he gone.
Texas Tech now.
They lost both of
Clarence,
their guards.
You said what?
They lost both of their guards.
Oh, no. I don't know. They need to go.
Hey, real talk, I know. So they had this other dude. They got this dude named Amarion from Louisiana. He got a Georgetown offer, but like, he young, so Georgetown could use him, could use you. And I know this other dude that's at Georgetown from Louisiana. So I'm telling him like, yo, come fool with me. Bring a coach though. Nah, the Georgetown. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
I want to say, I know definitely some of the coaches here, like Sully and them, they have contact with Georgetown. Because Georgetown was trying to recruit, not last year, the year before, one of the bigs, what's his name? Kareem, I want to say. And they were pretty heavy on him, but he ended up going to Pittsburgh. So, Georgetown might make an appearance this year. Everything opens up and coaches can come out soon. We'll see. Come on, Georgetown.
You hear that, Georgetown? You hear that, Pat Ewing? This man right here. This is your
Come on. I mean, I do have 1 year left though. If any school,
This is your guy.
I'm gonna just throw it out there. Grad transfer, immediately eligible.
Need someone record your players? I got you. Now, I got one more question for Demarquise. You're the first person on this podcast that has been here more than a year. Well, how would you describe last year to this year?
Last year
compared difference.
Well,
any differences at all?
I would say from last year we kind of upgraded a few things, but we upgraded more inside our dorms. It looks a lot better. Wi-Fi is a lot better this year. Some of it's
Still a work in progress.
I mean, pretty much the only thing that really changed is just the way the schedule we have right now, just because of COVID reasons. But I will say actually the cafeteria food has improved a lot. We have more options of food now.
They didn't have Korean last year?
Well, no, they did, but it was more of a Korean date. It wasn't a whole Korean section.
Okay.
So now they got that whole section.
Well, thank you.
What else has improved so far that I've seen? Oh man. I mean, getting the AT, that's a big improvement because we didn't have an AT last year. There's a few things that improved, but I say this year is pretty much fun this year. I feel like we get more basketball time this year. We're in the gym way more this year because of how our schedule is and how we have sessions and all that.
Yeah, you're grinding.
We literally have a session.
Definitely.
I said we have a session like a school for basketball.
Yeah, no, that's really what it is.
Basketball school.
Exactly.
Alright. Well, boys, this is all I have time for this edition of Off the Record Podcast. Go like, comment, and subscribe, share it, tell your folks, tell your grandma, tell everybody that we're out here in Scott talking sports. I'm Nathan Beagle.
I'm Kobe Robinson.
I'm MJ.
And I'm Demarquise.
And we'll catch y'all